All righty, what's up, everybody? Cortez here, Move Abroad and Thrive. And today I'm interviewing Cass. She reached out to me some months ago to help her find a place. How long ago was that? Has it been
That was April.
Wow, April,
Yeah.
May, June, July,
That's
August,
what I'm saying.
September. Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That time has gone by quick.
Yep. And it's gone by very quick.
Ooh, now, interesting story about you. If I recall the details, you were living off grid.
Yeah.
What does living off grid mean for folks who don't understand?
I was living in Pennsylvania, and I was at a point where I just didn't know what to do with my life. I know I wanted some adventure. So sold everything, gave away everything, and I just packed up and I moved to Arizona.
Wow.
And that was in 2019.
And
And I bought a utility trailer.
Okay.
You know what those look like?
They're
kind of square looking. You got to attach it to a truck or a van to pull it. Yeah, guys who cut lawns.
Okay.
So I took it and I actually revamped it and I had a bed in it, a cabinet, a refrigerator, and did the whole thing. It took me some months, but I got it done. I retired and I says, screw it. And I just drove out to Arizona. I was there till when I talked to you. So I've been there for like 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah.
So were you living in the makeshift trailer that you made? Were you living in that? And if I recall, in the woods or in the forest?
In the woods, the forest. Sometimes you came down to the desert. You know, when it got cooler. Because if you're in the forest or the mountains, you're getting snow.
Okay.
So you're kind of traveling with the weather.
Gotcha.
But it gave me an opportunity to just go everywhere.
Really?
I mean, I went to Washington and Oregon, and the states are a lot bigger out there, so you drive far. You know, Las Vegas, Nevada. I mean, it was just great, you know, for those 4 years. And during that time, I went down to Mexico.
Drove down
for dental work.
Wow.
And that's where I learned. I says all this negative things that they talk about on TV about Mexicans is a complete lie. I met some of the nicest people you ever want to meet in Mexico. And I says, I got to go a little further. So I'm looking at YouTube and I see you and you're in Merida. And I says, let me call Cortez and see what we can do. And I'm sitting here now.
And you're sitting here now. Wow.
Yeah.
So 2019, 4 years.
Yeah.
And I met, so that was, and I'm coming back to that just for a moment. What, I imagine that it was just freedom. So you just had unprecedented freedom.
I just had freedom. I think the bug of traveling came because I was a truck driver.
Okay.
I was a truck driver. I started in 2013. So about 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 years. And so I traveled everywhere, you know, in the truck. But I never had an opportunity to stop and explore.
Okay.
It was just go to the destination, drop off the load, and go get the next load. And I said to myself, you know, one day I'm going to travel and I'm just going to explore without truck, you know. Wow. And so when I retired, I fulfilled my dream.
Wow. Did it a lot? So I imagine it saved you a lot of money. Saved a lot of money doing that. Any fun adventures, any stories? Because I know a lot of, it's funny because I've been looking at some folks online who made their own makeshift, you know, converted small buses and minivans, and they're living in them. And like you, just traveling, having a good time, enjoying life, enjoying the world, just traveling. Any interesting stories along the way?
I met a woman in Washington State, and she was down in Arizona. And Washington gets a lot of snow, and she says, "Look, whenever you want, come up. and stay. So I went up to Washington State, and she took me in for about a month, you know, and I learned about Washington and things that go on in Washington and Oregon. Oh my gosh, that is the most beautiful state. It has so many mountains and plenty of places if you wanted to camp.
Wow.
I think the real experience besides going to places is meeting the people.
Okay.
I mean, I met people from everywhere. Like I said, Washington State. I met people from Louisiana. I met people from other countries.
Really?
You know? And I think that's what's the enriching part about the whole thing.
And I think you said people from all classes, middle class, wealthy folks.
Yep.
So everybody doing this type of thing.
Oh yeah, people who are, I guess, technically homeless.
Yeah.
You know, they were forced in. I just wanted a break, so I just sold everything. But you got Class A, which are those big, expensive ones.
Okay.
You know, those things get really expensive. They're out in the desert with me, you know, and they paid $600,000 for a vehicle.
Wow.
And then you got people like myself. We take something and we fix it up, you know, and make it our own and make it.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like
So that was a real enriching experience, seeing other people's rigs, meeting people from other states, meeting people from other countries. And I think that was what got me into, man, I really need to explore more of the world.
Okay, so you arrived in Merida, and you said you had been in Mexico before, and you said, oh, I got to go deeper. I got to go deeper.
Yeah.
So what has your experience been like now that you've been deeper in and been here a while?
Oh, it's great. It's wonderful. People here are kind. They're definitely patient.
Yes.
When you don't know the language, they're definitely patient. You know, and I have my Google Translate.
Yes.
Oh, that is a lifesaver. But they're like patient, and they're like, wait for you to, lady, what do you want? You know, kind of thing. I have fresh fruit every day.
Oh, man.
And I call people back in the States, and I says, I have pineapple, papaya, mangoes, cantaloupe. What's that pink fruit? It's on the
dragon fruit, passion fruit?
No, passion fruit. I think that might be it. And that's out for a short time, you know?
Yeah.
And everything was so fresh. And I've been eating fresh fruit every day till today. And I love it. The food.
The food, okay.
The food is good. Definitely the price of places to rent is much lower. I mean, when you brought me here, and you took me around to a lot of places, when you brought me here, and she said, $400. Do you know how much this place would be in the States?
Exactly. Put a number on it.
They don't say.
Hearing it from me, they like it's unbelievable. But
it's a 1-bedroom, and it included all the utilities.
That's right. It did include electricity.
Electricity, cable, and internet. The water.
With internet.
Well, it's the basic.
Okay.
It's the basic.
Okay.
It's $400. It's just Cortez. I don't think I'm gonna pay, and it's brand new.
Brand new, and had air conditioning.
And air conditioning. Yeah. Air conditioners in there. There's not one in here, but that's fine. So I got an air conditioner. I just blow the fan in here, and I says, this same place. Let me think. If this was in Pennsylvania, this same place would be $800 a month.
Plus electricity.
Oh, yeah, and you got to pay your own bill.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I actually had a couple of properties before I left, and I know what I was charging for.
Yeah.
You know, and the rent's gone up. A friend of mine, and it's a little row home, but it's like 3 stories, and he's paying $2,000 for a 3-bedroom.
Oh.
$2,000.
Wow.
For a 3-bedroom, and it's not a big. What would $2,000 get you out here? You know, that would get you a big pool, 3-car. Well, they don't do garages here, but 3 places to park your car. It would be roomy out here, furniture.
Yes.
That $2,000 would not include any furniture.
Wow.
And like you said, you have to pay the utilities.
So $400, all the utilities
included. And I walk to everything.
I was about to say, close to everything.
I got a taco stand that's a half a block. I got a restaurant. That's my regular restaurant.
Which one is it?
It's a chicken place.
Okay.
And I go to that one every week. That's 10 minutes away. Walmart is 15 to 20 minutes away.
And these are walking.
I don't have a car. I don't have a car. I have a produce place that's down here. That's a 10-minute walk. There's a hardware store across the street from that one.
Wow.
There's a small strip mall, which is next to that, which also has a taco place. My place where I take the laundry. I'll drive. Oh my gosh, I dropped my laundry off and I said, when are you going to have it ready? Oh, tomorrow. That's fine. I pick it up. It is washed. It is dry. And it's folded. And I just take it off, put it on the shelf. It is the best thing since whatever.
And it's
I love
affordable. It's very affordable.
Oh, yeah. I think for me, it's like, what, $2.50?
Wow.
Something like that.
Y'all hear that? $2.50. Now, you know, we didn't have a washer dryer for the first 2 years that we were here. We used the same similar service like she used. You just drop it off, or sometimes they even come pick it up. They bring it back. It's ironed, it's sorted, it's folded. We just everybody just grab their stuff. And so the house that we got now is now with a washer and dryer. My wife was excited about getting that washer and dryer until she started washing and sorting them clothes. Now she's like, man, I thought I was gonna be happy, but she's like, man, it didn't work. You know, you get used to it. I mean, it's a luxury to have.
It is a luxury.
For that amount of money, it's a no-brainer to use.
Right. Well, next to the place where I drop off my clothes, it's a meat market, a butcher shop. Actually, there's 2 of them. One right across the street from another. There's a bakery there. There's a place that you just get your poultry and eggs next to the laundry. I'm in a great spot. You ever look up Los Pinos? It's a great spot.
Great neighborhood.
There's 2 pharmacias. 5 minutes down the road here. 2 pharmacias. And what is it? Oxo? Oxo is across the street from the pharmacia. I mean, I don't need anything. I mean, I can walk to everything that I need. You can't do that in the U.S. You have to have a car to get everywhere. Wow. And here, I just love it.
But see, I say this to y'all all the time. If you pick the right spot, I mean, your costs and savings, it just goes through the roof. You save a lot. And I can tell you lost some weight since I've last seen you.
I was going to ask. I said, does it look like I lost a little weight? Because I'm walking usually 4 or 5 days a week, and I do that on purpose.
I see it. I see it.
So I can go out and I can walk. And like my water, I can have the water delivered. Matter of fact, I think I asked you about a delivery guy. See the water over there? I walk to the pharmacia and I pick it up my darn self. And then I bring it back. That's another exercise I can do.
Exactly.
So I just don't have any complaints whatsoever. I've had a great experience here. I had a chance to meet some of my neighbors, and he happens to speak English also, which is great. So we have a conversation. It's just great here. I don't have any negatives. In the U.S., you're kind of, I don't know, when I was in the Philadelphia area, you're kind of always wondering about, I've had plenty of friends that got stopped by police. You know, I must have passed police 100 times. They don't even give me a second look.
Not at all.
I'm carrying my laundry, or I'm going to Walmart and I'm carrying my stuff back, and I you know, and you just feel at ease.
Yes.
You know, you just feel like,
wow.
Like it's just off your shoulders.
I'm glad y'all hearing it from her. You know, because I say it all the time, but sometimes it's better to hear from somebody else. You know, because what she's saying is a reality. It's real. You don't have to come out here and spend a fortune. It's very safe. How safe do you feel walking at night? Do you walk at night at all, Amy? Or
no, I haven't been walking at night.
okay.
Everything I do, I can do during the day. You know, I really don't need to walk at night. I wanted to go to some of the bars or something, but I don't know anybody. You know, everybody here works. I'm the only one in this complex that's around. Believe me, 8 o'clock comes, there's nobody here.
Wow.
I'm retired, you know.
Yeah. This is a middle class working neighborhood, Latinos, if I recall.
It is. I can tell.
Yeah, so they go to work. Man. Any advice to anybody who's thinking about making this move, or just think this is unbelievable, or just a fairy tale, a bunch of people just talking online about what they can save, what they're, achieving their financial goals? Any words of wisdom to those that's on the fence?
Before I called you back in April, I don't know if it was March, or I think I called you in March and came down here in April. You had it was one of your programs. Sit down and do 6 months. Remember? 6 months
the planning.
And plan it out. You know. Well, I got that.
Okay.
But I got it in March. And I had said I was going to go, and then I didn't. Then I saw you on the video and said, "Let me get this and figure out the planning." Okay, I'm going to do this in 6 months. I got that. Went through the whole thing. I said, "Forget it. I'm leaving now." I called you the next day. I'm not doing those 6 months. I called you the next day, and I said, "Cortez, I'm coming down."
Wow.
It was like, either you're gonna go and do it or you're not, and don't him and haw and do it.
Do the thing.
Do the thing, and just experience life. And I see all the people that you interview, and I think we all have the same sentiment. It's like, get out and do it.
Get out and do it.
Because you looking at a video is fine, but you have to do it. You have to lift the weight. You have to go and do it. And coming down for a week, not enough. Coming down a month is much better.
Yeah.
I've been here 6 months, and I know my routine, and I've talked to people, and I've gotten friends. Oh, I got a place to get my hair done.
Nice.
I found a place to get my hair. The nicest woman. I'm going to put a plug in for Karina.
Okay, absolutely.
Yeah, and she is close to Central.
Okay.
So I learned to go into Central on buses.
Yeah, she'll be around the buses.
Right, I didn't know how to do the buses. So her house where she does the hair, there's a bus that runs right there, takes you straight into Central.
Wow.
So she finished my hair and she says, "I'll go with you." And she took me into town.
Wow.
We went to a little restaurant, had something to eat, we walked around, I bought some stuff. Over here is where you get shoes done, over here is where you buy clothes, over here is where you get food. And she just took the time to do that for me. Wow. And I thought that was, really nice.
Nice.
So there's a lot of experience that can happen. It can change your dynamics on people, because I think a lot of people from the U.S. it's something changing in the air.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do you hear that a lot?
I do. I do.
And it's not good.
Yeah.
And so I felt the same thing. And it's like, wait a minute, the world can't be like that.
Correct. Exactly. I like your thinking. Yeah.
The world can't be like that. So that's why it says, let's go and explore the world.
Wow. Wow. What are your plans next? Are you going to stick around or travel elsewhere, visit the States? Or?
Well, I'm going back to the States. My 6 months are up.
Okay.
Remember, we were talking to the attorney?
Yeah.
And she said, really, I should go back if I want to do like a permanent residency. So that's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'm going to go through whatever I got to do to do the permanent residency so I can come back. And then I don't have to worry about 6 months and the border run and all that kind of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. Are you going to miss it?
Oh, heck yes. Laundry is number one.
Everybody had that one thing that'll bring them back. It's laundry for you. For me, it's Roppy. If I ever left, it'd be Roppy that get me back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just the convenience side.
Yeah.
The kids are hooked on. I'm like, look, I get my bill every month. Looking at my stuff, I'm like, y'all order Ropp. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna buy y'all a prepaid debit card and set up your own Roppy account.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper to Rappi and what's the other one?
Didi and Uber Eats.
Yeah, well, I compared the Didi and the Uber Eats, and Didi was kind of beating out Uber Eats.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah.
So I would do that a lot of times if I wanted to go. Like I want to go to the Liverpool.
Okay.
The one that has ice skating rink.
Yeah.
I want to go to that.
Yeah.
So I'll probably call them up and they'll take me over there.
Wow. Yeah. Did you get on that ice skating rink? Did you get in the ice?
No, not yet. I'm going to go. I used to ice skate.
Really?
That was many years ago.
Wow.
I used to ice skate, ski, roller skate, do all that kind of stuff.
Oh my goodness.
We're older now.
Wow. Oh, I know the feeling. I just watch now. I'm like, I can't afford to break any bones on these
I wanted to go to those, what are those places called that you can,
cenotes.
Cenotes. Oh, well, I really would like to do the cenotes, but I don't know.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. It's definitely worth the trip. I think the closest one here there's Moon. There's a place out there. It's about 40 minutes away from here. Like $2.50 to get in the cenotes. They give you the life vest, and stay in there all day if you want to.
See, things like that. This is what makes Mexico just, to me, great. You know, the stories that they tell, you know, as far as crime situation happen here is just as much as in the United States.
Yes.
You know, I came from Philly. I don't know if you've seen on YouTube, it's called Kensington, where there's a lot of drugs happening.
Yeah, I did. Where the zombie light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's new on the internet. Kensington has been like that for years. I know Philadelphia.
Wow.
I'm from Philly, and so they kind of, you know, promote like Mexico is this horrible place, but go to Kensington, okay? And that's just one place, and I happen to know very well. Because I have properties around there, and there's a guy who sells washer and dryers right in the heart of Kensington. He was born and raised there. So I was there all the time. And it's bad.
Wow.
But for some reason, that doesn't hit the news.
Exactly.
That doesn't hit the news. And I know people that have been there. I knew a guy that was there. Thank goodness he was able to turn his life around. He got married, and grew up, and realized this is not the life for me. But I used to see him in Kensington. You know, Kensington is really, really bad. So my point being is that when we talk about crime and situations such as that, sometimes the United States needs to get a mirror and look at themselves.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know my brother went to Morehouse in Atlanta to college, and you know, they folks out there shooting. They can walk out their front door in the morning time, somebody be dead, shot from across the street. And this is on a university campus, and you know, there are parts of Atlanta you just would not go through because of the crime. And there, you know, but again, like you say, it's we'll paint a picture that, oh, Mexico is bad or Colombia is bad, and no worse than what they got going on right there in their own backyard.
That's right.
You know,
that's right.
and worse in most cases. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So so yeah. So y'all come check this place out. You know, do your research, dig around. You know, come up with a plan and figure things out, and just, you know, see how you can make it work. Because, you know, a lot of people here, they're thriving here. They're doing very well, making friends, building relationships, and saving money. And, you know, that's one of the things. A lot of folks come. Most of the people that's been coming lately are people who've retired, but the retirement income, they found it very difficult to live on in the States. And so they were like, you know, I want to come here and have more money,
right,
where I can make my dollar stretch, save money, go out to eat once or twice a week, go to the movies, go to a musical, and still have money left over to save to fly back home to visit family, grandkids.
Can I make a little point about that?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm on a budget. And when I came down here, I says, I got to stay to my budget. And people who collect Social Security know it's not much, okay? I make it here just fine.
Wonderful.
And I don't even spend my whole retirement check.
Wow.
And I mean, I go to eat. I make it a point, my favorite chicken place, which I told you about. I go to my taco place. I get my clothes clean. And I'm fine. I think between the rent and taking care of all my needs, if I got to use, I went to the museum. I went to the movies. I think with everything, my budget is about $900.
Wow.
$900, and I can do whatever I need. And I usually have a little money over, you know, and then I can go do something else if I want to.
That's important.
Yeah.
What you heard her say, she worked within them. Listen, there's a place for everybody here. You know what I mean? And you heard it straight from her. She's on Social Security. She's able to go out to eat, get her laundry done, go to the museum, go to the movies, pay her rent, and still have money left over to do other things if she chose to. You know, you can, and I always use the phrase, you can actually afford to have a life here.
Yes.
And not be struggling and that's the key part, and still have money left over. You know, there's still more money left. And but just explore the options. Any final words?
Do it. Come New Merida.
I hope you enjoyed that interview. Real quick, next week I got 2 attorneys coming on. One is an immigration attorney, the other is a real estate attorney. I paid for an hour for each of their time, and we're going to have them on. And for our members, if you're VIP members, it'll be a live video call, and you'll be able to ask your questions to them directly. So any questions you have about immigration, whatever, if you're trying to get married to somebody on a K-1 visa, if you're trying to get your temporary residency or your permanent residency, if there's any special programs available for getting residency, you can ask them, the immigration attorney, that directly yourself and get an answer. Anything related to real estate, if you're trying to buy a house in Mexico, if you're trying to rent property, If you want to know what the process is like, all the stuff you need to buy, the real estate attorney, he'll be on hand during the live, and you can ask questions directly. So if you're not a VIP member yet, I put a link down in the description. Become a member. We're no longer accepting donations for that. That time has run out. So if you want to become a member, click the link, get all the information below. If you can't make the call, if you're unable to make the call and you have a question, if you're a member, you can send it to me and we'll make sure your question get asked during the live event. So, and if you're watching this video at a later date, we'll post all the recordings from these types of live events. We'll post them in the members area. That way you can watch it and get feedback directly. So that's who we have up next week. If you're not a member, become one so that you can get in on this. We're solidifying the dates and times. I'll post those in the members area once I get them. And so get signed up now. This is a great opportunity for you to talk to legal representation, talk to lawyers, and get real-time feedback and information directly from the horse's mouth.